and welcome to Popdust Presents. I'm here with Sarah Darling.
Hi, how are you? I'm so happy to be here. We are joining in a little Prosecco.
We are Popdust Prosecco, sponsored by Lottie Tea, right? Right.
We'll do the
little view of the bottle.
It's a cool bottle. It's a very cool bottle. I need to figure out how to get some more of that.
Get your own wine and then I guess you need it, right?
I know.
That's awesome. Well, welcome to New York. You're visiting here from Nashville.
I am.
Another
love
music capital.
I love coming to New York so much. I've only been here a couple days, but even walking around last night, I just love the city so much.
Amazing. Do you have a favorite part? Or like a favorite memory from one of your visits?
So I have a love for New York. My husband is from England, and when we were dating, we used to, this was our meeting spot. So we actually went all over New York. I think my favorite part was probably Soho area, just kind of fun shops and things like that. But honestly, my husband and I, this was sort of our where we used to date, before he moved to Nashville.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
So you're from Iowa originally, right?
I'm from Iowa.
What did you grow up listening to?
I grew up. My grandpa was a big country music fan, and he got me introduced to country when I was really little. So. We listened to Johnny Cash and Patsy Cline, and then later in life, I started to kind of find when '90s country came around, I was a big Shania Twain fan.
Oh yeah.
And then I started getting into Coldplay. So now and Alison Krauss. So I'm this mixture of
just kind of country adjacent if you really think about it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm a mix of all those things and all those people I love so much. But I just love great. I think what I love about country music is the lyrics, they're such great stories.
Yeah, and there's so many strong women in country. Do you have any role models that you looked up to growing up?
Ooh, gosh, there's so many.
And it's such a strong female industry. I love it.
I know, and I feel women are becoming stronger in country music, which is great. I've always been a big fan of Carrie Underwood. I just think she's a beautiful soul. And always represents herself very well, and she's just fun to watch on, follow on Instagram, and she's just good person.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
When did you move to Nashville? What brought you to Nashville? Did you decide I'm just going to go to Nashville and I'm going to write country music?
Well, there's a story. I actually went to Nashville when I was 16. I begged my parents to go to Nashville on a vacation. And it happened to be during CMA Fest, and I didn't know that. And so when we were walking down the street, it was just mayhem and amazing energy. And I think the very first day that I got in Nashville, my stepdad was like, "Hey, can you get up to sing at Tootsie's?" And they let me get up and sing. So I think from that point, I was, after that trip, I was like, I'm moving to Nashville.
You're like, that's it, this is me.
And basically that's what happened.
That's amazing. What's your favorite part of Nashville? You said you've been there for a while, so I'm sure you know all the best places.
Yeah, I feel I've been there and I've seen so many changes. So now Nashville is becoming kind of the hot city with a bunch of new restaurants and high-rise condos and all that. But still my favorite part of Nashville is that you can actually go see live music every night. And it's amazing live music. It's so great to be able to.
You can just stumble into any place. And
you can stumble into magic, and that's what's cool about. That's my favorite part of Nashville.
That's awesome. Where was your first show in Nashville?
My first show was at Rippy's, which Rippy's is right on Broadway. Very first show in Nashville, and I used to sing there on Friday and Saturday nights when I first moved to town.
Nice. And do you have a favorite venue that you like to play in town? It's hard to pick.
It's hard to pick. I can't believe it's been 4 years, 4 or 5 now. I debuted at the Grand Ole Opry, so I would have to say that getting to play the Opry is by far my favorite experience. Best stage, the Ryman stage, is every singer's dream. It's got this magic around it. And then, there's some really cool small venues too. I love City Winery as well.
Yeah, we have one here.
Yeah, it's a really cool vibe in Nashville.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you have any fun stories from the time that you debuted at the Old Opry?
Yes, I was honestly so nervous to play the Opry, and my family was there, and Vince Gill introduced me, so just that alone was like oh, Vince Gill, he's just introducing you on the Opry. And before I went on, he said to me, he's like, do you want to sing Go Rest High in the Mountain with me at the end of the show? And that's one of my favorite songs, and my grandpa, who was in the audience, that was his favorite song. And so basically, I'm like getting ready to go on stage, and I think like somebody on the side could see how nervous I was. And he's like, if you're nice to them, they'll be nice to you. Like, and I just never forgot that, because I kind of went out there and it was just amazing. And
wow, it's incredible.
And then
it's such a special moment singing with him for your grandpa.
Yeah, so it was great. It was amazing. But I think anytime you're like trying a new experience, it's always a little bit nerve-wracking.
Of course.
Yeah.
When did you start songwriting? I
started songwriting so it's kind of an interesting thing, because when I was a little kid, I used to write poetry. Did not really consider that I was writing songs, but then later in life, of course, my first love.
Oh no.
Like broke my heart, and then after that it was like, okay, I'm gonna pick up the guitar and write about it. It felt like I needed to experience certain things to understand what I was actually wanting to sing and write about. And I think it all came full circle. So all the poetry that I used to write as a kid ended up, being
good practice.
Yeah.
Good efforts towards what you do now.
Exactly.
And you released an album earlier this year.
I did.
Yeah, Dream Country, right?
Yes, it's called
Awesome.
Dream Country, and I truly love this project. It's been so fun promoting it for the last year. Two of the standout tracks. One was called Haley's Comet, which we're close to.
Yeah, we were just talking about this, guys.
We're close to 1 million streams on Spotify. We're trying to get there.
So if you're watching, darlings, right? That's what we call your fans?
Yeah, my darlings. My little darlings. My little darlings.
I love that.
Great.
It's so cute. So darlings out there, new darlings, old darlings.
Yeah.
Current darlings, go and listen to Haley's Comet and help us get there.
Yeah, we'll get there. We're close. And then there was another one called Where Cowboys Ride, and I actually went and shot a music video in Wyoming. So it's Where Cowboys Ride is my love letter to how much I love Wyoming. So when you listen to the album, it's very journey driven. You kind of feel like you get to go all over the world, and I think that that's been true to my life over the last couple of years of marrying my husband, who's from England, and traveling with him, and just a little like almost soundtrack of my life in the last couple years.
You have the Wanderlust bug a little bit.
I do have the Wanderlust bug, yeah.
I was like, what's that word again?
Yeah, Wanderlust, which is a great word.
Do you have a favorite place to visit?
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm a big Paris nut. I love going to Paris. I don't get to go there very often, but I do love going. I would say that my dream place, I'd like to go see New Zealand.
New Zealand is gorgeous, I've heard.
Have you been?
No, I have close friends.
Okay, I've heard it's very majestic, the mountains, and I would like to see
it. You need to go sit in a field somewhere and write an album. I don't know.
I feel like I would like to do that. Yeah, maybe next time you see me, I'll be like, hey,
I was just in New Zealand.
I wrote a whole album.
I love it. That's awesome. Is there a place that you're dying to play? Have you played outside of the United States yet?
I have. So what's been amazing, I guess it was 3 years ago, I played a festival in England called Country to Country, and it completely changed my life. So it was before I released Dream Country. There was such a big sort of fan response from me playing there that I started coming back over and touring here and there, and now I'm actually booking like some pretty amazing theaters and things like that over there. So I'm touring over in Europe just as much as I'm touring here.
That's awesome. And I didn't know there was a big country community out there.
There is. Country music's really growing. not only in the UK but Ireland and excuse me, like not only in England but Ireland and Scotland. It's amazing.
If you think about it, it makes sense though, like the nature of like Irish folk songs.
Yes,
in
exactly.
The same, like, storytelling manner.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly right. So it's such a fun thing to be able to experience country music in a different place.
Yeah. Is there any like country you haven't played in that you're dying to play in?
Oh.
Top of your wish list.
I would not be sad to play in Italy.
In Italy, that'd be beautiful.
I wouldn't be sad. Yeah.
So what are you going to play for us today?
So I thought I would, I thought I would play a couple Christmas songs. I know it feels like it might be a tiny bit early.
It's not early. It's never too early.
But it's kind of getting chilly in New York. I have a Christmas album coming out literally on Friday. So it's called Winter Wonderland, and I'm so excited. So
that's amazing.
What's fun is I've recorded my favorite Christmas songs. One is like the saddest Christmas song ever, but then
Which one?
River, Joni Mitchell. I just
yeah.
love that song. I've loved it ever since.
I was going to ask, do you have a favorite Christmas song ever?
Ooh, I think my favorite Christmas song is probably it's a toss-up between Santa Baby and White Christmas. I love them. I love that people have been asking questions. This is wonderful.
They have so many too.
Oh, good.
Let me
Cheers to that.
pull these up. Thanks for watching, guys. And
Yes.
thank you for reaching out with all
Popdust.
your questions.
Popdust Prosecco in the house.
I'm gonna top myself off.
It makes everything better. Prosecco makes everything better.
Sure, it's
It really
fancy.
does. Can't beat the bubbly. Oh, Marissa wants to know, what's your wine of choice? Speaking
Ooh.
of Prosecco.
Prosecco. Okay, so my wine of choice, I do love wine. I think I'm a fan of, I love Pinot Noir. There's actually so many. I like La Crema Pinot Noir. That's just like a good, like, standard Pinot Noir. But my favorite drink using any sort of, I guess, wine related, I love elderflower liqueur and champagne. So Prosecco and elderflower is like my favorite thing on
That
the
sounds amazing.
It's so good.
Elderflower is
It's
so
very-
nice and subtle.
Yeah. So y'all can try
If you're over 21.
if you're over 20.
What's your favorite Christmas movie?
Oh goodness. So I don't know if this is a Christmas movie per se, but I'm obsessed with The Holiday,
The Holiday.
Which-
I love that movie too. Yeah.
which it just feels Christmassy, and because I married a Brit, like before we got married, he's like, you need to watch The Holiday because it makes him seem very charming, and the English, yeah. So I love The Holiday.
I love it. Any specific city or country you hope to perform in one day? I talked about this, Italy, right?
We did, because I said Italy earlier, I would really love to play in Australia. I've heard country music is really popular in Australia.
bet it is,
And
yeah.
I'd love to go to Australia and see kangaroo.
Do all sorts of fun Australian things.
Yeah, it's all sorts of things to do there.
I saw somebody earlier who said something about Ireland. They said that you had played in Ireland. And,
Yes,
There's been
so-
a lot of people asking, when are you coming back to Ireland?
Oh, that's so
Sending love from Ireland.
Oh,
Love you here.
I can't even tell you, like, whenever I go to Europe, the Irish people are so lovely and so kind. They actually remind me of like where I grew up in Des Moines in the Midwest. They remind me of Midwesterners, and the same with England as well. It's just such good people, and I just love it. It's just fun how country connects.
I agree. I was
all
in
the way
Ireland
across
last
the
year
ocean.
and Loved it. And it's so gorgeous.
And you get to see castles, so
Yes.
that's always fun.
You know, the one thing I was going to say too that I think country and Irish music have in common is the folk aspect.
Yes.
Storytelling. They're both very.
And very similar, and I think for me too, I didn't mention her earlier, but like there is a big folk influence. Like I mentioned Joni Mitchell, like I obviously covered her, but I love Jewel, and
Oh, yeah, Jewel's
and
amazing.
Jewel was like when she came out with her very first record, I was upset. That was probably the record I like played over and over again. I just loved it so much.
Which was it.
Yeah.
Kyle wants to know, if you could duet with any male country singer, current, who would it be?
Ooh, that's a great question, Kyle. I think I would actually say You know what? I'm a big fan of Thomas Rhett. I think he's amazing, and I love what he's doing. And either Thomas Rhett or Charlie Worsham. And actually, I've recorded a little bit with Charlie Worsham, but an actual duet. Those two.
Nice. Madeline wants to know, is there anything we can expect in 2018?
Yes, you can. So this is really cool. I went into the studio just 3 weeks ago and actually started recording new music for next year's release. So if y'all are fans of Carrie Underwood, I'm actually working with a guy named Mark Bright, who's an amazing producer. He actually works on all of Carrie Underwood's stuff, and you know how much I was talking about how much I love her. So to be able to work with him has been great. So we recorded the start of a new project, and I have a single coming out March 2nd.
March 2nd, guys.
So it's really not that far away, and it's
no.
already recorded, just sort of in the process. Yeah.
Awesome. Where do you draw your songwriting inspiration from? This is Marissa who's asking.
That's a great question, Marissa. I tend to a lot of the songs that I write are very atmospheric, and I tend to love writing songs that will take the listener somewhere in their mind. Like, so when you listen to the song, you are in the stars, or you're in the mountains, or you're in Paris, or I feel like that's my favorite kind of song to write, is to share a very visual story, which is kind of fun. I don't, there are some like songwriters that do that, and I'm always attracted to those types of people.
Almost like cinematic.
Cinematic, yeah, that's a great word. I couldn't think about how to describe it, but I love like imagining that I'm in my own little mini movie and enjoying this wonderful moment, and I can capture it forever.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Bruce from Pennsylvania wants to know if you will be touring in northeastern Pennsylvania and EPA soon. And he wants to know about your Christmas album release date, which is Friday, Bruce.
Christmas release date is Friday. If you all need a Christmas album, it's coming out Friday. I'm excited. I don't know. So he said
Northeastern
Northeastern.
Pennsylvania.
I think the only time I'm coming to Pennsylvania is December 1st. I'm playing with Carbon Leaf at World Cafe Live. I don't know how close.
I know where that is.
Yeah,
Is it 88.5? Is that the call signs 88.5?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah,
So it's a great venue, and I'm opening for a really cool band called Carbon Leaf. But if you want to make a little drive, that could be fun. That could be fun.
Let's see. Casimiro wants to know, how did you learn to make macaroons? Were you making macaroons on the internet lately?
Oh, so some people don't know this about me. I'll tell you the short story, but so my husband, when we first met in England, he took me to Paris. We took the train to Paris. I'd never had French macaroons before, and this was 6 years ago. Ate so many macaroons and drank so much Prosecco that when I got back to Nashville, I was like, why can't I find macaroons in Nashville? So I actually started making them. I took professional cooking classes, and now I started a company. If you're bored, it's called Sweet Darling Patisserie.
Okay.
And I post all these like crazy pictures of different macaroon designs that I make. But to answer your question, macaroons are very hard. You can't make them on a rainy day. They're very fickle. But if you ever have any questions about macaroons, please send me a message on Facebook. I'll answer your questions about it.
That's amazing. Singer and macaroon pro.
Yeah.
James wants to know, do you have a dream co-write?
Ooh, dream co-write. I'm trying to think. Gosh, there's so many. I'd love to write with Liz Rose. She's an amazing writer in Nashville. As far as co-write goes, but I also love to write with let's see, Carly Pearce would be wonderful to write with too.
Cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song to perform live? Sarah wants to know.
Definitely Where Cowboys Ride is my favorite song to perform live.
Nice.
That's one of my favorite songs I've ever written.
And that's the one about Wyoming, right?
That's the one about Wyoming.
Gorgeous. Gorgeous. And Casimiro wants to know, what age did you know music was your dream?
I knew music was my dream very young. It's so funny. I think back to even when I was in preschool, I was singing. Like I remember like my music teacher told my mother, she's like, I think your daughter might be a singer. Like, and I just think that's really funny that I was singing that young and just wanting to, didn't know I wanted to sing professionally or anything, but
It was just like an instinct.
it was instinct. I've always been singing, always.
That's awesome. We have time for one more question. Maxie wants to know, I hear Paris is your favorite place to visit. What's your favorite thing to do there?
My favorite thing to do in Paris is eat.
I don't blame you.
I'm like one of those people that like will find a little cafe, like get some wine, get some cheese, get some like food, just sit there for hours and like just watch the world go by. Like that's my favorite thing to do in Paris. Go find as many chocolate shops and macaron shops. That's what I do in Paris.
I love it.
It's the best.
I love it. Well,
Yeah.